straighten up. Break those, and it will absorb the light reaver simultaneous, which, as you can probably guess, creates the light forge. In the form of a miniature sun. The Light Reaver has awoken.
I plunged the Reaver into the forge and imbued the blade with the elemental power of light. Thus armed, I now had the means to re-enter the stronghold and finally use Moebius's time-streaming device to accomplish my own ends.
Yep. Even more health. Checkpoint. This is also where you learn how to activate the gems. Get them with elemental light power, and the door will open. And we are out of the light forge. Well, almost. Now, if it's got blue sparks coming out of it, you can open it with anything. Where is... Oh wait, that's gonna be on the other side. Let's go over there and save real quick so I don't have to go through this again. Where's the open gate? That's not on this side, so... Yeah, Windows compatibility mode has fixed a few things, but not all of them. Like, this control issues are still, as I've said. You know what? Just head for that cliff over there. Because I think I need to redo this. go save again. So I'm gonna save real quick. So I'm gonna go this way anyway, so. Alright, so we just finished the Light Forge. There it is. So now we've got the Light Reaver. What we do? We go stand. You don't have to stand on this thing here, but what you do have to do: charge a shot, hit the gem, just like we did to get out of the forge. Open the floodgates, which gets me back inside of Moebius's fortress. I don't want to be here. And not least of all because the swimming controls are still utter crap. Seriously, I don't know why it was bobbing up and down like that. I'm just gonna jump in and get out of there. There's another light font there, but just flip my way to the exit. Turn the DPI on my mouse down a little. Oh, there goes the light, which means I am sealed in. Except that, you know, I can actually open that whenever I want to. You first, human. I'll take your sword. Let's be honest here, none of you are really a threat at this point. You're all just bog standard humans. Although 3 of you might be a bit of a pain in the ass. Well, I've got 2 souls. Not quite sure why that one just pinged off into the ether like that, but that sword is now permanently stuck in that wall. And we're back in here. Back in the burial chamber of William. Okay, again, I don't know what causes the warping. Like, it's not even a case of being locked on. It's just suddenly the game decided, you know what? Okay, can you... Oh great, I think it's actually out. I think the game actually somehow fell out of compatibility mode. That does actually seem to happen now and then. I'll have to fix that later on because I'm in the middle of recording now. Yeah, I'm legitimately not even moving the mouse, except to touch the left mouse button. Huh, this looks like fun. Eaten.
Show yourself, Kain.
Here, Raziel. Everything is decided here. You cannot comprehend the magnitude, the rapture and the tragedy of this moment. And yet you must, if Nosgoth is to be dragged from the wreckage of its damnation.
I understand only this, Kain. That you and Moebius have impelled me to this moment simply means I can trust neither of you. I don't know who's pulling the strings, but it no longer matters, because I'm cutting them. I set my own course from here.
If it were only that simple.
Your fatalism is tiresome, Kain.
And profoundly ingrained, Raziel. You must understand, our presence here doesn't alter history. You and I meet here because we are compelled to. We have always met here. History is irredeemable. Drop a stone into a rushing river. The current simply courses around it and flows on as if the obstruction were never there. You and I are pebbles, Raziel, and have even less hope of disrupting the time stream.
I want to bet on
The
that.
continuum of history is simply too strong, too resilient. Except, then how do we explain William here? The beloved boy king turned tyrant. In my youth, I witnessed William's rise to power and his transformation into the nemesis who laid waste to Nosgoth.
Keep your distance, Kain.
Years later, I stumble upon a chance to journey back in history, unaware that the entire affair has been carefully orchestrated by Moebius. In my wisdom, I seize this opportunity to murder the young king before he can ravage Nosgoth, and thereby provide the catalyst Moebius needs to ignite a genocidal war against our race.
I warn you, no further.
This one reckless act unravels the skein of history. The nemesis never becomes the nemesis. William dies a martyred saint. I, the vampire assassin, become the author of my own species' extinction, and Moebius profits from it all. I destroyed a tyrant only to create one far worse. But how can it be so? How, if history is immutable? The answer is here in this room, Raziel. Moebius propelled William and me together, but ensured first that we were both armed with the Soul Reaver. The Reaver is the key. Two incarnations of the blade meet in time and space. A paradox is created, a temporal distortion powerful enough to derail history.
Is this your sorcery?
Not mine, Raziel. Yours. You have nothing to fear from me, Raziel. You hold all the cards.
perhaps I should test your sincerity. If what you say is true, you should be terrified. I could kill you here and now.
And so you do, Raziel.
What's happening?
We're hurtling towards our destinies, Raziel. What you feel is the pull of history rushing to meet us. This is where history and destiny collide.
Good dodge.
If you truly believe in free will, Raziel, now is the time to prove it. Kill me now, and we both become pawns of history, dragged down the path of an artificial destiny. I was ordained to assume the role of Balance Guardian in Nosgoth, while you were destined to be its savior. But the map of my fate was redrawn by Moebius, and so in turn was yours.
This is madness.
Fight it, Raziel. This moment does not have to be an ending. It can become a prelude.
I can't.
You can, Raziel. Look inside and see that it is so. You have the power to reshape our inevitable futures.
Survey says... Splits the tomb of William. Looks like he broke a finger.
Poor William.
Why poor William? He's already dead.
What is this?
History. A pause, a paradox, Raziel.
There it is.
Even now, the time stream strains to divert itself, finding its old course blocked by your refusal to destroy me. The future is reshuffling itself to accommodate your monumental decision. This is where we restore ourselves, Raziel, and reclaim our intended destinies. It may yet be possible for me to assume my role as Balance Guardian and return the pillars to their rightful inheritors.
To the vampires. And this is the destiny you have urged me to discover. I don't know what game you and Moebius are playing, Kain, but I refuse to be your pawn. Unlike you, I still revere whatever shred of humanity I've managed to preserve. You will not use me as the instrument of your messianic delusions.
Very well, Raziel. I'll not ask you to trust me. Your truths are for you to discover alone.
Humble words for one who presumes to teach me a lesson at every turn.
And continue your journey and learn your own lessons, Raziel. Remember, Moebius led you here, but you walk away unfettered. A champion of free will, and conqueror of false histories. There is much more for you to unearth, if you have the heart for the truth, and the will to see it.
So yeah, that might have been one of the bigger lore moments, because what Raziel just did, as Kain pointed out, is basically took the entire concept of destiny and told it to, well, basically piss off